Hey, so this is a no BS guide on how to get into high ticket sales, go from a setter to closer, make $15,000 a month plus without paying for a course or a mentorship or any fluff. So I'm just gonna get into it. If you can, throughout this video, please take some notes. This is really important. This is based on my experience after closing $2 million cash collected as a closer online from the age of 20 to 21, so little less than 2 years, and making over $200,000 in commission from it. So if you are ready to actually take action and get into high ticket sales, this is for you. This is completely free. Everything is going to be really well explained here. So let's get started. So just to get started here, I'm gonna explain a couple of different things. So this is gonna be very valuable, especially from 2026, and it's gonna work until 2030. So you guys are in perfect timing. There's a lot of things and there's a lot of myths and theories about high ticket sales. Some people say it doesn't work, some people say it's amazing. I'm more in between. This is very practical advice. This is no super emotional. Again, I don't want to just say fluff out here. When it comes down to high ticket sales, we got to be realistic about a couple of different things. Yes, you can make a lot of money. No, it's not going to happen overnight. So, you guys have to understand that greatness takes time, especially with a business model like this. Um, Another thing, this is not really a business. You're a contractor, you're a middleman working in behalf of big brands, big businesses, corporate businesses, online and digital businesses overall. So they are going to hire you for your time and your services. Now, what is the difference between this and a normal job, a 9 to 5? The difference is that when it comes down to high ticket sales, you don't really have to clock in and out at a specific time. You just have to take calls within your availability that you choose to have. So, for example, me on a normal day, because I'm a closer still, I can close 3 4 deals a day, and then what I'll do is just block out my calendar, worry about my girlfriend, worry about my family, go about my day, and then obviously follow up with leads, follow up with prospects, make sure to confirm their attendance for the next day, and stuff like that. That's a normal schedule for me. So I can choose when I take calls and when I don't want to, right? Or when I can't because of whatever happens, life happens. So that's really the main difference. And the another big difference is when it comes down to high ticket sales, you can make anywhere from $300, $500 to even $1,000 for 45-minute conversation when it comes down to a closing call. Now, I wanna stop you there. I wanna be realistic. When it comes down to high ticket closing, you normally need to start as a seller first, and it's almost unavoidable. Okay, so when you get started as a setter, realistically, you need to build your reputation. You need to build who you are as a person. But why should you listen to me anyway, right? And that's something I wanted to talk about here. And it's about who I am. Like, who am I? First of all, again, as I mentioned, close over 2 million cash collected, being top closer in multiple teams in info, where I've closed like almost $200,000 on a single month by myself. So I used to be super depressed, not drastically depressed, but I was in a point of life where I didn't want to get a girlfriend. I didn't want it to go out. I didn't want it to have parties, because I understood at the time that my priorities were making money and actually leveling up as a man and focusing on myself so that I can actually have some value and then obviously go from there and go for different things in life. So when I got started, I remember I was living rough in the hood, pretty much, as you guys can see. But even so, I was so disciplined. Like I remember hopping on cold call sessions, like trying to make trading work, trying to make SMMA work, Amazon FBA. I tried everything really, and I used to meditate a lot. This was 3 a.m. I know you guys I don't have any way of really proving it, but it was 3 a.m. because I remember it was 3 a.m. me meditating for whatever reason, because I wanted to have some discipline in my life before I started the day. And this was also super late at night of me like taking calls and just working my ass off from setting to closing and to eventually 15K months, like I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. But I went from this and this lifestyle, and I'm super glad I documented a little bit of it, to going into trips in Spain, going into yachts, meeting amazing people and entrepreneurs, making 6 and 7 figures a month. Like obviously buying my first MacBook Pro, which is the exact same one I have right here, and traveling all over the world. And it's been amazing, it's been an amazing thing that happened to me in my life. I met and made a lot of amazing friends in that journey. And this is really what I value the most outside of money. And outside of that, I want to amplify your perspective on this because it's really important. The amount of things you can achieve as a young man in your 20s is insane. If you actually put in the work, if you lock in, if you focus, and it's important enough for you, like this can be your life. Not necessarily specifically the same, but however that looks like, whether that is going to Italy for a weekend or for a week or for a month and enjoying yourself and taking your family there. Like I actually have a trip pending with my mom. I'm taking her to Italy in the next couple months. That's going to be insane. But I want to explain, I wanted to showcase a little bit of why you should listen to me because I was there in where you are and I got here, which is where I started making 15K a month. I obviously made more than that, but I wanted to showcase the first big milestone for me. So when I got to my first $15,000 in a month, that was insane. It's like I went from making less than $1,000 average a month to $15,000 in a month and being able to do all of these amazing things. And it happened in the span of like 9 months also, which is insane. And in the first couple months, I made like, 4,000, 5,000, $6,000, and I started like scaling from there. So it's super possible. There's people that make like 10K in like 45 days from getting started, and those are more unusual. So I don't even want to talk about those specific cases. I want to be super realistic and keep it as it is. So what does it take for you to get started in high ticket sales and actually get to $15,000 in a month? So first things first, the right offer. It's no secret. There's like BS offers out there. Um, if any of you guys have tried any offers before, there's companies that are just beginners, or there's companies hiring but they don't have the right systems in place. Those offers, I will personally not take them. But if you have absolute zero experience, I will work on one of those offers for maybe like 1 week, 2 weeks, and then leverage whatever little experience you have into actually moving into the right offer. And the right offer is going to enable you to call warm leads or people that come from advertising and actually have a conversation with them, set them in through a setting process, put them on a call, qualify them, and then once they get closed, you get the commission, which is normally 5% or 10%. The same as closer. Like a closer makes 10% or 12.5, 15%, however that looks like. So again, what does it take to get to $15,000 a month? Dial in leads, like being super proactive, even when there's slow periods of time. Like do not procrastinate because there's no activity, because there's no bookings being handled to you if you are closer. Like dial your leads, put them in, close them, be proactive. Don't wait, don't be lazy. Like success doesn't wait for everyone. So preparation meets opportunity, and opportunity is created through network and recognition. I want this to make sense. So there's no such a thing as taking the right offer, meaning opportunity, if you're not prepared. So if you're prepared and you put the daily inputs, meaning you role play, you're learning about sales, you're practicing your framework, you're understanding your ICP and your offer, you're prepared, right? So when the opportunity comes, you're gonna take it. But there's no such a thing as opportunity, even if you have preparation, if there's no network and recognition. And let me explain. Normally, there's a lot of job boards online, on Facebook, on Google, on LinkedIn. But this is a big but. If you find any of those offers readily available online, it's probably most likely not a good offer. Okay? I want to be real with you. It's not a good offer. the right offers and the great offers are made through network by who I know, and me connecting you to it. Not necessarily me, but you need to know somebody that knows somebody in order for you to get that opportunity in the first place. So you need to check preparation first of all. You need network, and then the opportunities are gonna come in, and then you gotta take them. So I wanted to make this a no BS guide, and again, I want to show you how you can network by yourself, or more so explain. So when it comes down to networking by yourself, you can do this on a low level, obviously getting started by hopping into role plays with people. So you can hop on a role play with X, Y, and Z, and then X, Y, and Z, and send them whatever offer you can find, and then obviously talk to them on a day-to-day basis, and nurture that connection. Because those people eventually, if they continue trying to land an offer, they will land an offer, and they will refer you because you're their friend at that point. So that's how you network by yourself, hopping into role plays, providing value first, and then receiving value and being prepared overall. So join a community that feels like home, where everyone pushes you outside of your comfort zone. Then get one-on-one coaching if you like your mentor and he's trustworthy. This is the right path of progression when it comes down to high ticket sales, I feel like. And it's exactly what I did. I joined that community first that was pretty much low ticket, meaning less than $300 a month. And then what I did is I used that network, the people I met there, and the people that I got to know. And the reason that I even mentioned, like, hey, like join our community, it doesn't necessarily have to be paid, but if it's paid, it's better, just because there's more commitment, there's more services, and more high value people that actually pay for something. So you know they're willing to pay for their own knowledge and experience. So basically, once you join that community, network with everybody inside, and then if you genuinely like your mentor and he has the value and the proof to show for it, and he's trustworthy, then you can consider getting one-on-one coaching at that point. This is a little bit of how it looks like inside my community, really, when it comes down to closing, and a little bit elaborating on preparation, network, and recognition. So we have actual role plays sections as a closer and role play sections as a setter, just so that everyone can actually hop in and train by themselves, train with us all the time, and then actually make sure they're getting better at time. So I want to explain how I got here and how they did it. So this is a couple of my students actually, and a lot of them are actually on offers already, making about $5,000 to $10,000 a month. So that's absolutely great. But I want to show you guys how they got to that point. And this is really by selling info. So info is selling information, formations, education online. Like some of these guys right here, Alex Ramosi, as you probably know, Brett Scales, a lot of you guys know him, Iman Gatsi, the OG of info, and then TJR, also another big guy into the mentorships of the trading space. So I wanted to showcase the power of community, and this is my own community, by the way, which is called the Key Society, where we have so many crazy results that I wanted to showcase here, just as proof of what's actually possible. And then I'm gonna explain to you guys how to do it, which is closing at a high level. I'm gonna break it down for you guys in a minute. So the power of community, for example, Jose, like he joined around September first month, like he was making like $1,000 a month, went from 1,000 to $2,500 or so. Then I helped them land an offer for one of the biggest offers of growth operators as a DM setter, which is the on target expectation earning is $4,000 to $6,000. And then also once he joined and he got, this is also like paychecks and stuff, like just for proof of for proof's sake. But once he joined and got on the offer and started cooking, he referred one of our other students, Midsail, and he was actually accepted into that offer. Hundreds of people applied for it. So that's the power of community right there. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Because if somebody's in it and he's crushing it, and then he refers you, then they will assume that that person will crush it as well, which is what happened. Now, from there, Jose went into making $500 days, very average, like on an average basis, like consistently $500 days. My student from LA, he started a cold calling offer as a setter, and right now he's done over $50,000 cash collected, and he made over $5,000 in commission at the age of 17 years old, which is absolutely amazing. Jose rushing with $6,000 pips, getting $600 in commission or so, and even more. And as you guys can see here, like Jose is also providing a lot of value here, like as one of my best students, but also like inside the community, we're sending so many offers every single day, between 3 to 5 offers a day, consistently. And it got to a point where our student Kat, he landed an offer with a $3,000 base. Um, he obviously has a minimum KPI that he needs to follow, but that's really how he does it right now. Like super happy and excited for him. Another tip from Jose. You can see guys inside our community also that are big already making $100,000 PIF, making over $10,000 of commission inside within 45 minutes. And it's insane because a lot of people will look at this and be like, wow, that's unrealistic for me. But you guys will be surprised when you genuinely try and you're not afraid of judgment, when you're not afraid of losing what you're capable of. It's insane. And also, I just wanted to also add some weight into this. I'm still in the trenches. I'm a closer. I close deals on a day-to-day basis, and I document my journey also. Like a couple of people that have paid me on calls, like boom, $7,000 cash collected in a day, $8,000 cash collected in a day, $6,000 like cash collected in a day, like consistently also. So I want to explain to you guys what it's closing at a high level so that you guys can do it as well, understand, and this applies for setting also. So you have to understand why we ask certain questions. We don't ask questions because we're following a script because we want to be robots that don't think and are useless. We ask questions because we need to understand what's mainly holding that person or prospect back from doing X, Y, and Z action that he desires and his goals. So, for example, I get people on a call for the offer that I'm working on, which is a trading offer. And there's people telling me that they've been trading for 5 years. And it's like 5 years, not they are not profitable. Then I ask them, okay, so it's been 5 years, you're not profitable. What's the main issue there? Like, why do you feel like you're not profitable? And they tell me, like, I'm not profitable because of the strategy. Okay, so how long ago have you known that it is your strategy that's not really working? Oh, 6 months. 6 months since you know that you need to make a change or you need to get help and you haven't done so. So what's really holding you, like what is stopping you from getting help or getting guidance in that sense? It's like, wow, it's just really fear of losing or being stubborn and not really being willing to invest into myself. Okay, so I mean, you basically go from there and it makes sense, you know. But I have genuine curiosity for the prospect, and a lot of people that I review calls for, they have no curiosity. They are commission bred, like they have that commission bred, which is when people just care about the money and end result, not just helping the person in front of you in the screen when you're closing or you're setting and you're on a call with them. So it's really important for you to have a genuine, like have a genuine curiosity, but also to genuinely want to help them. And as long as you have good intentions with that person, you can close, even if it's a little bit, like you can close as long as you have good intentions. So how does it look like a normal conversation? So discovery, we're just finding out about their life, how it goes, what they do for a living, how much they make, how much they want to make, and what it means for them to actually do X, Y, and Z business and be profitable or be successful, right? So we need to find the real emotional reason behind why they haven't done X, Y, and Z, which is most likely, again, procrastination, limiting beliefs, fear, whatever. It's mostly always emotional and it has to do with mindset. 100% guaranteed. It has to do with mindset. It's not just logistical. You just not go to the gym because you cannot walk there. You don't go because you don't feel like it. You don't go because you're procrastinating. You don't go because you are afraid of judgment. However that is, there's always an emotional reason behind why humans don't do certain things. And it's most likely, most of the time, limiting beliefs. So after we dig deep into their life a little bit, we need to find their meaning. We need to find out their true meaning behind achieving their goals and what that will do for the loved ones. For example, if I get to $10,000 a month, how is that going to affect my mother and my family? How am I going to help them? And in the other hand, we go into consequence, which is what happens or what would it mean if they don't do anything about it and everything just goes the same? How will they feel? How will you feel if you don't do anything about your goals and you just continue letting time fly by? You don't do anything about it. Are you just gonna settle for that? Are you gonna feel good about it? Are you gonna just clock in and out of a 9 to 5 for the next 40 years? No. So how will you feel if you don't do anything about it? You know? And most likely they will just say like, I'm afraid that that will happen or that won't absolutely happen because I want to take action. And then they have this they go from unaware to solution aware, problem aware, and now they have a strong emotional reason to actually take action. Now, here's where I normally financially qualify them a little bit, just being super genuine with them. Because if you do it at the very start of the call, they won't trust you. They don't trust you as a matter of fact. They won't tell you what you want. They will just tell you whatever you want to hear, and that's it. But at this point here, they will be honest with you. I have $500. I have $5,000. I have $50,000. Whatever that is, they will be honest at that point. And once I know how much they have, I will adjust it so I can actually pitch them something that makes sense. And this has to be natural, relaxed, and not unrealistic. We're at a point in time where there's a trust issue that's bigger than whatever we've seen before. Nobody trusts nobody. Everything is fake most of the times, and that's why we need to be super realistic when it comes down to closing calls and setting calls. Just be relaxed, just be yourself, and be authentic. Honestly, it's more realistic for you to get to 5,000 or 3,000 or $6,000 a month than it is to get to $10,000 in the next 30 days. But you can get there, and that's the point. Like, we need to show them it's possible. We need to show them how we do it, but it cannot be unrealistic. You cannot hop onto a call and tell somebody that doing X, Y, and Z will get them to 100 grand a month, $100,000 a month in 30 days. It's not possible. And then we go into objection handling. Normally, and this is gonna sound a little bit weird, but if you're objection handling all the time on every call, you're most likely not doing a good job. Okay? So people throw you objections because they don't trust you, or because they haven't, or because they have a lot of fear, or if it's logistical, then it's different. But most of the time, you didn't do a good job on your discovery and throughout this process. So that's the point where you objection handle. You basically dig deep into their excuses, which is most likely excuses most of the time, or hesitations based on fear and limiting beliefs, and you help them navigate through that without pushing them. You basically just have a conversation with them, and then boom, you go for the close. This is very surface level, in a sense, just because there's so much to do when it comes to objection handling. But I don't want it to focus on this, because if you get good at being genuine, authentic, and you actually care about the prospect on these first phases of the call, you're gonna close deals. I guarantee you. So, what is this? Most people trying to get into high ticket sales already spend $5,000 plus, not always upfront, but they will eventually. So, what do they pay for really? They pay for gurus selling recycled frameworks, placements with very low OTE and no leverage, courses that end with "now it's on you," advice with zero feedback, zero access, and zero accountability. So the money isn't lost on price, it's lost on bad structure. And this exists because that model specifically doesn't work anymore. So instead of paying thousands for information and hoping it turns into income, this is actually built around verified high OTE, like on target expectation rules, not just public job boards that you can find on Facebook that even your granny is applying to, right? So training before placement, not after. Real operator access, not content libraries. Ongoing support, not good luck. And no group ladder, no fake urgency, not pretending this is passive, just a cleaner trade. So where this starts, most people don't need a $3,000 program. They just need a place where the signal is already filtered, the mistakes are already obvious, and the rules are already vetted, like we do. And someone notices when they're about to waste time. So that's what this is and how it works. Instead of paying $3,000 for a BS guide, we really just put it into a 79 euro per month. Not because the value is low, but because the commitment should be at the start. And again, this is not a course, this is not a funnel, and it's not designed to trap you. This is a working environment where you will have live sessions twice per week with me and my founder partner Matthew, real offers, real roles, real feedback, and proximity to people actively closing and scaling. So stay while it's useful. Like that's up to you. Live the moment it isn't. Who this is for? This is for people that are already trying, don't want another framework, want fewer decisions and bigger results. Not for spectators, not for information collectors, people actually looking to be, and not people looking to be convinced. Like, we're just looking for people that are ready to take action and just be placed into a role and ready to rock and roll. And again, $79 isn't the offer. It's just a filter for people that are ready to take action. That's the bare minimum. Like it's not really that much, and it's really important for you to take that step if you really feel ready to put in the work, to be surrounded by winners, to just leave excuses aside and get into an actual community that cares about you and not just about themselves and their money. So most people won't join, and that's okay. I'm not expecting everyone that sees this to join. Some people will leave quickly, that's okay. And a few will finally stop wasting time, which is actually those people that I care about. So step inside only if you're ready to actually make something happen, not to waste time. And just to showcase a little bit, like this is how it looks like. We're super active. We're teaching everyone setting to closing. We have 2 group coaching calls a week already, and everyone inside the community got free access. Obviously, it's paid now. It's paid access because everyone here absolutely showed their commitment. We have an amazing community, and if you're gonna join, you're gonna provide a lot of value also, and we're gonna place you inside a role. So if this sounds exciting to you, that's up to you. If you're ready to take action, again, that's up to you. I only care about results. I only care about actual data and about documenting something that's genuine and real. Because if I was able to go from this to being able to do amazing stuff in life, it wasn't a coincidence. I put in the work, took the risk, and made it happen for myself. And they made it happen for themselves also. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, or you want some kind of guidance, or even just like a briefer explanation on what we do, feel free to message me on Instagram. I'm gonna leave it in the description. But besides that, I'm super excited about this. I really hope this can actually help a lot of people. That's the main thing I care about. If this is helpful, also let me know in the comments. If it's not helpful, let me know in the comments. But yeah, looking forward to see you guys crush it.